For this panel, what we're looking at is with the portfolio management SIG and the benefits and value management SIG, we're discussing how to bring value out of portfolios. It's quite a challenge. A lot of portfolios don't necessarily bring value to their organizations, and a lot of programs don't necessarily bring value to their organization. And good portfolio management can make that happen.
Hello everyone. My name's Sarah Earle, and I'm the head of the Centre of Excellence for Project and Programme Management at University College London.
I'm John Thorpe. I've worked in this space for close to 60 years.
Hi, I'm Adam Skidder. I'm a director of consulting at a company called P2 Consulting.
I'm Oshan Evans. I'm a director working for a company called CPC Project Services.
Hi, good evening everybody. My name is Dwayne Morgan. I am a P3M lead consultant for a company called DAS.
Thank you, and I'll just introduce myself as panel host. I've written an APM guide to social return on investment, a number of other thought leadership guides by the benefits and valuesig, and a soon-to-be-published guide to benefits management. Our first question is, what do organizations currently do to get value from portfolios?
What is a portfolio? A portfolio is a collection of projects and or programs used to manage investments at an organization or functional level to optimize benefits or operational efficiency. Portfolio management is the selection, prioritization and control of an organization's projects and programs in line with its strategic objectives and capacity to deliver.
And in my mind, projects deliver capabilities, programs deliver benefits, and portfolios optimize value from the delivery of those benefits. And I just qualify that by saying that sounds like it's in that order, but in fact it starts with portfolio, because that portfolio has to define what value is for an organization.
We don't want to fall into that trap of assuming that value is automatically going to flow from these multiple sub-portfolios just because the activities within them seem to be intrinsically valuable.
So are we doing the right things? Are we doing them the right way? Are we getting them done well? And are we getting the benefits?
When you stop and ask people, are we doing the right things? They say, oh, yes, we're definitely doing the right things. Are we doing them in the right way? Oh, yes, we're definitely doing them in the right way. Are we doing them well? Yeah, we're definitely doing them well. Are we getting benefits? That's where you often encounter the bit of a pause, which brings us on to our next point. What should organizations be doing? What could organizations do better?
We have a lot of project managers trying to do portfolio management, and they're not all capable of doing it, and ultimately they can't do it because it's a board and executive responsibility, portfolio management. So if we're going to get value from portfolios, we first of all have the people in the organization who have to define what value is, do that, and ensure that everything is driven by that.
Is how the portfolio also communicates with the rest of the organization. So how are they and why are they setting those objectives and benefits? Because what could be a benefit to one of the programs could be a disbenefit to another program. So how is that communicated, and what's the bigger picture that the organization needs to understand?
One of the things that I find organizations struggle with is the prioritization or the weighting of their strategic objectives. That is really a precursor to be able to prioritize the things within the portfolio. They will say, well, every strategic objective is important. We can't prioritize these.
I'm keenly conscious that with the best vision and will in the world, organisation at the higher level, programme level, portfolio level can identify benefits to be sought and chased after. But many projects last more than a few weeks or a few months and go into 6 months, a year and longer, during which time it seems to be increasingly naive to think that you're going to hold to that original thing. And although projects are all about initiating change, calibrated change, more often than not, what's happening during delivery is that what's being delivered and how it's being delivered is going through significant change.
Are benefits actually tracked? Are they evaluated? Are they monitored? Are they measured? And for how long?
Thanks, Sarah. And yeah, I think I know this is easy to say and not easy to do in reality. You start assigning people to particular benefits that you've identified, but they're not actually the people that are going to be helping to realise those benefits after handover. They're going to be, they're people who might be responsible during the process for monitoring, and so you can call them benefit owners, but they're not really the owners of the benefits.
That neatly segues into the last of our questions, which is what are the barriers to making all of this work? What are the barriers to implementing the best of these ideas?
I think the first barrier that I would highlight is data. Not so much lack of data, because lots of organisations have data coming out of their institutional ears. They just don't necessarily know how to use it. Well. So it could be data that could be used for estimating or for setting baselines or realistic targets around benefits.
The biggest barrier I always see to portfolio management is people. Actually, it's the people side of things.
I think it's big in that culture, which is ultimately about people. It's the culture, because what is culture? Culture is the way we do things around here, and when that changes, we're fighting a lot of battles.
I was agreeing with what the other panelists were saying about those barriers and how you break those barriers down, and giving people to have the confidence to make those changes.
We need to kind of understand the drivers of individual behaviour and how we can possibly connect those with the longer term goals. And if people make the wrong decisions and they seem to be doing things for the wrong reasons, that is going to come back to bite them in 5 or 10 or 15 years' time, just because we've got a better memory now, given the power of the internet and this information age.
I think leaders really have exaggerated ideas of their capabilities and confidence. They don't need to go through all this bullshit. That's for the plebs. They know what's right, and they can go off and have a little meeting and scratch each other's backs and decide what's going to be done. But that's not the way to do it. But it is a people culture issue that has to change.
You've just recently published a book on leadership. Talk to us about holding leaders accountable, or whether you think they are mainly driven by hubris.
And I can't help wondering how many decisions relating to change and throughout project delivery are actually increasingly being made by artificial intelligence.
I think we need to rethink the term leadership. I personally believe that leadership can come from anywhere, and the troops on the ground actually know more about what has to be done than the leaders, the so-called leaders at the top, and the managers in the middle get in the way. We've still got industrial age thinking in terms of how we organise in a very rapidly changing digital world, and it doesn't work.
When you're setting the measures right at the beginning, they're afraid to commit to that, because as you know, at that level you can fall quite quickly, because you're not being successful in other people's eyes, even though that the benefits may not be realised.
Thank you very much, everybody. It's been a great pleasure working with you. I expect we will have you all again when we run our next live panel on portfolios and value. And I wish everybody a pleasant evening and a great week. Thank you.